Hey everyone, alright, just so you're aware, it's probably not going to be the best video to watch. It's going to be a nightmare because I'm doing this by myself, so I'm doing it with a tripod. What I'm going to be doing is I'm taking this Cisco, where's the model number? I want to get the model number here. Taking the Cisco WRT54GL router, wireless router, and it comes with its own software, obviously, to run. And I'm going to be putting on the, I believe it's called WRT software. I'm going to be burning that software onto the EEPROM that's in here. And by doing that, it should give me the equivalent of maybe a couple $1,000 router with some of the benefits. I'll be able to increase the power on it. I'll be able to do more monitoring, more data functions on here, and it just makes it a better router, makes it a stronger router, and more features. I don't really want to go into that. If you want to learn about that, you can go on the net. So I'm going to be doing a lot of video recording and then splicing. It's probably going to be a really odd video, but maybe you'll learn something. If you do, cool. If you don't, then you'll probably spend half an hour watching this, maybe, and wasting a lot of your time. So, here is the Cisco router. Let me open this sucker up. Yeah, I'm using an X-Acto knife. And I'm going to be careful so I don't chop off my finger on the video. And I don't know how much you can see of this thing. I'm using a digital camera that records video, so I don't know what you're going to see on here. I don't know how good the lighting is, but whatever the hell I record, I'm going to edit all this stuff together and throw it on the net either way. So, but I will be stopping this recording on and off. All right, here's the comes with a CD. You got to run the CD, and that allows you to that allows your Windows to communicate with the router. I don't know why, but Linksys likes to put their own software in there. So here is the AC adapter. Put that on the floor. There's the router. Nice, cool router. Comes with antennas. It's got the sticker on the back that always says, make sure you install the CD software before you do anything. There's the cable. Cable's going to plug into the back, one of the back jacks over here. And I don't think we have anything else in the box. Do we have anything else in the box? No. All right, so we've got all we need to do this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this recording, throw this up on the sofa, stop this recording, and then I will continue in a minute with the next step. All right. Hey, hopefully this is working out. I'm back for part 2, but if this video works out right, then it will just look like one part to you. Okay, I'm going to open up my CD drive. Here's the CD that came with the thing. Run CD first. All right, which means that you don't plug in the router. So this is, if you're going to do nothing but just using this router default, then this is how you set it up. I don't know if you can see. I'm closing the CD drive and waiting for Windows to kick in and start running the CD. If you don't know how to do this part, then you probably shouldn't even be watching the video. Should be an automatic startup. There we go. Run, setup. Yeah, I'm on Windows 7 on here. This works perfectly on Windows XP too, but I'm doing the laptop because it's got less crap on the desktop and it's easier to make this video. So, what do we have? Setup Wizard 1.1. All right, it's your typical junk. It wants to know what the language is. The language over there is English that I'm pressing, that's already defaulted at. Going to next. Setup Wizard, thank you. Click here to start. So we click, and then the license agreement. Nobody ever reads the license agreement. You click next. Unplug the power to your modem. All right, well, I'm not really going through a modem right now. I'm already going through a router, but so I'm not even going to do that step. You follow that step if you're not already going through a router. I've already got my connection. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Let's try to move this over here. I've got got my cable already plugged in to my computer from my router, one of the routers that I'm doing this with. So let's try to get the video camera adjusted again. And can I do that? Yeah. Okay. So unplug. All right. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. Next. Disconnect the cable that connects your modem to the computer. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going just going to follow. I'm going to disconnect all my wire from my computer right now, because they don't really want anything connected to the computer that you're installing the software on. All right, plug the network cable from your modem into your router's internet port. All right, while we're doing this, just so you know, look on the bottom of this router, because you're going to need this later on. Look where it says version 1.1. That's going to be important later on. That's the software that's been burned on this thing. Sometimes it's version 1, sometimes it's version 1.1. So you're going to need that later. So I'm going to move these antennas up. I'm going to pull this sticker off that says run CD first. Okay, get the sticker out of the way. All right, what do we have here? Plug your network cable from your modem into your router's internet port. And you can see over here, we've got internet port. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Hopefully it shows up. Internet port, then we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we've also got the power jack over there. So what we're going to do is plug the modem into the internet thing. That's really your internet signal is coming into this router. It clicks. All right. And then they want you to go next. Plug the power. This is the AC adapter that we had before. We're going to take the power cord and plug it into the jack over here. Oh, got more email. Plug the power into an AC outlet. So I'm going to just moved an AC outlet over there before I did this. Okay, so we've got the AC cord plugged in. Do we have any lights? Yeah, we've got some lights flickering on here right now. But the way it is now, it probably won't do a damn thing until the software is installed. All right, so power is plugged in. I'm going to click next once again. The router comes with a blue network cable. That's this cable over here. We're going to unscrew this thing. Unhook the cable ties. Plug one end. All right. You're going to plug one end into the computer port. I'm not going to move the camera. I'm just plugging it into the side of the laptop or the back of your PC where your cable would normally go. And you can see, so I've done that. And yeah, plug the other thing into, I'll plug it into port 1 and click next. So what I've done is the internet's going into the internet, and this blue wire is going into jack 1, and it plugs into my laptop connection. And that's what it says. Plug the other end into connectors 1 through 4, whichever one you want, and click next. Plug the power into the power thing. All right, I've already done that. Next, on the router's front panel, let me see if I can get that in there for you. It's probably going to show up. It's just really hard to see on the camera what shows up on here. On the router's front panel, the power, internet, and at least one of the LEDs is going to light up. And what we see here is we've got the power, and we've got WLAN, the LAN connection, or the internet thing over there, and then the LAN connection, and on jack 1, which I plugged it into, is lit up. If not, make sure the computer modem and router are powered on and all the cables are secure. All right, now let's go back to this computer screen for a second, and then we click Next. Now it's checking and doing its little thing. I don't know if you can see that well. Hopefully. Checking your computer settings, please wait. It's checking to make sure that it's got an IP address. That's mainly all it's doing. So, waiting for the software to do its thing. If it doesn't have an IP address, if it doesn't have a connection, it comes up and says you need to check your cables again or something. Hopefully that doesn't happen because I don't want to redo this video. But we'll see. Ooh, checking your computer settings. This isn't good. This should have given me something by now. Da 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 da. Checking your computer settings. Please wait. 13%. I think it just did this, so this is a bad sign. But waiting, it might not be getting the IP address because I did not disconnect any wires from my router. What you're supposed to do is disconnect the modem and then start it up again, but I don't want to do that. I might have to do that. What does it say? I don't know what the hell this is. It says 1 and 2. Okay, it gave me something, but it doesn't tell me what this is. So, 1 and 2. Isn't this lovely? It doesn't even allow me to click to get it out of the okay. What do we have over here? Set a network location. All right, I'm just going to go with home. Network location is now home. Close. I don't know what Linksys is doing leaving this box open. Come on, people. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go open up Internet Explorer, and we'll see what happens here. So you're waiting, and I'm waiting, and we're going to wait together and see if I have an internet connection, which I still don't know if I do. All right, internet's kind of slow. My default page over here is Huffington Post. So if I don't get a web page, then I don't have an IP, and we're totally screwed. All right, I don't have an IP, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the power, and I go pull the power on here. And this is just typical stuff that happens when you're doing this. I pull the power and plug it back in. It's trying to get an IP, which I don't have. I should have. All right, I'm going to put this back down for a second. Yeah, it would be nice if this would allow me to do something, but it doesn't. So I'm kind of frozen in the in my Linksys thing. This is not helping me. All right, I'm going to shut off this video, and when I get back, I'm going to unplug the modem like I was supposed to, and then plug it back in, and then we'll continue the video. Everything should be working. It's just not registering an IP right now, but that's okay. It will happen. This happens all the time. I might have to shut off the computer, reboot it again, unplug the router, restart it again, pull my power on my modem, and restart that up again just so I can grab an IP. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, everyone. I'm back here to continue the video. Let me try to get get everything so that you can see what I'm doing here. All right. The reason I didn't have a connection when I said I had to leave, which was like an hour ago, was because I had my wire plugged into a router. So I was going from a router to a router, and that wasn't working to get this initially set up. So it might afterwards, but I don't know. Normally, you do how I've got it set up now, where the router is plugged directly into the cable modem. And that's what I did, and the second I did it, I got my signal immediately. Now, anybody who's going to do this project, I'm sure, has already gone online and done the research for their modem. Well, I think it's DD-WRT is the, you can find that under WikiLinks, or you can find it just by doing a search on DD-WRT, which is the software that I'm going to install. And if you screw it up, which I could, then you could brick the modem. I mean, you could brick the router, which is ruin the router, but there's usually a way to get around it. So what I've done, just to save some time, is I downloaded with this router here, the WRT54GL. It's got a small memory in it, so you cannot install the large software first, or it won't handle it. It won't accept the install, and then you brick your router, and you have to unbrick it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be installing the mini version first, which is a tiny version of the software, and then I will be installing the standard version. So I downloaded both of those and put them on my desktop. Now, to protect yourself, you need to clear out the memory in this router first, and that is done with a thing called a 30-30-30 reset. What I've done is I plugged, let me see, I don't know if you can see this, I plugged my router into a power strip that has a switch, because it's a lot easier instead of unplugging the router in this process, it's a lot easier just to flip the power switch. So what I've got to do now, what you've got to do, I got myself a little mini screwdriver. I don't know if you can see that on there. And here on the back of this router is a reset switch. I don't know if you can see that there. Lighting's not that great in here. Yeah, okay, I've got some light over there. So there's a reset switch. What you do while the router is plugged in and has power on it is you press that reset switch and hold it for 30 seconds. Then you shut off the power to the router. That's why I have the power switch on the power strip instead of having to pull this cord, which is a pain in the ass. You still hold the switch down and the reset switch down, and you continue holding for another 30 seconds. Then you turn the power back on, and I'm going to do that with the power switch on the power strip, and then you have cleared everything, and then you can start doing your install. A little confusing, but it's not that hard to do. So I don't really know how I'm going to do this and show this in the video, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the video, but what I'll be doing is I'll be taking this little screwdriver, pressing it against this red dot, this red switch, 30 seconds, cutting the power for 30 seconds, then turning the power on, keeping it held for another 30 seconds, and then I will come back and continue the video.